Sparrows landing a 4-man Sulfurous Smash, Durance of Hate from Mephisto, and this combination executed perfectly at the end of the game.
From Alarak. Make it a quad kill set up by that ETC.
Wow, did you see that mosh pit? 4-man mosh pit while on a conveyor belt. That was like a regular sushi line.
Nubarak, core at 50%. Both cores are just absolutely melting. Which one's going to go down first? I think this is going to be Respect the Gooses. Oh my goodness.
Ring. Oh my goodness, the ring. Jaina just blowing up everybody here. That's a 4, make it 5.
And it does knock them all up. What a play! Oh my God! Somebody please clip that.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. Tonight, I'm going to bring you a game from Division A West. That's right, the West Coast. There are 2 coasts in Division A now. It's just absolute chaos. Speaking of chaos, I brought along a good friend of mine. Over here to my left is Alpha. And farther to the left, rather farther to the left, is my good friend Psychic.
Yes, hello, thank you, and for equating me to chaos.
I mean, it's nothing new, right?
I don't know. I don't know. I thought I was pretty, I don't know, neutral good, but you know, whatever you say, boy.
Real good. Fair enough. So, Rec, we got a couple of teams here tonight that I know you have a history with. I have a little bit of history with both of these teams as well. And what do you expect to see tonight?
I expect to see anything, Aero. I have not been paying attention, unfortunately. But I will say this. If anything, I will see Carve.
Okay, fair enough. You know what? Expert analysis from Recycling. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So, you know what? We've got some map bans. Why don't we take a look at those real quick? Show our viewers at home what we're going to be seeing tonight, or probably more importantly, what we're not going to be seeing tonight. So,
okay.
ReGen Anomaly banning out the Dragonshire and Sky Temple. They don't want to deal with those at all. No. And we got Minion Miners, the first pick of the evening. They're banning out Tomb of the Spider Queen and Battlefield of Eternity. Did we not just ban those?
Probably.
I feel like that was exactly the same set of bans as the last game, in the same colors even. I don't know, whatever. Anyways, first game going to be on Cursed Hollow, also the first game that we had in our last set. But while we're at it, let's take a look at the standings. So Division A West is a double round robin. It's going to be a shorter overall set of teams here. There's 6 teams total, and right now, make it 5, because apparently Wholesome Halfwits has withdrawn. We'll just go ahead and cut them off at the bottom there. So that is that's going to leave Minion Miners and ReGen Anomaly as currently the bottom 2 teams at number 4 and number 5.
Oh, so this will be exciting then. This is a high stakes game.
This is important.
Okay, then.
Let's see, that was maps. That was standing, so we're good. So, of course, so Minion Miners, a long-standing team. We've played them both on ReGen Red. We played them as ReGen Phoenix. Did we? We didn't play them as ReGen Red. We scrimmed against them in ReGen. They were in Division B at the time. Looks like our teams have not figured out how to put together a draft lobby. A+ production value.
Cries and Recycling.
What are you gonna do? And of course, ReGen Anomaly, part of the ReGen family, the captain, formerly known as Carve, then known as RGA Carve, and now the Super Carve RG. Guy has more names than Prince.
Dude, I shouldn't have even laughed. That wasn't even funny, and here I am laughing at it.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, he seems to have upgraded. I think this is his 3rd evolution. Yeah, so he's going full Blastoise here. No, that's you.
I was gonna say I'm the Blastoise.
Yeah.
Don't be giving away my role
No,
here.
no,
This
no.
is
You're right.
killing me, dude.
I loved that when I was playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I named a Blastoise after Aero, and it would run off on its own. It was so beautiful.
Don't forget the rest of that statement. What happened?
It would always win. Okay. It always won every fight, even when it ran around on its own. Okay.
I'm gonna aggro everything.
Re-engage.
Oh man. All right. Well, we are on the draft here. Cursed Hollow, and we're gonna get rid of Garrosh right out of the gate here. A little bit different from the bans that we had in our Division B game last game. Tracer, the second ban, and I don't think we saw either of those heroes banned or selected in our last set.
No.
But that one we
was,
did.
though. Yeah.
Tassadar did a lot of work in both of those games.
Yeah, for sure.
Rainer, okay.
All right, then.
That is not what I was going to call.
That's a quick Johanna pickup. I think she's pretty good. I don't know. I think she is, at least.
I mean, she's hard to kill. She provides some CC. She provides some blinds. We're going to see a Li Ming and Zool, and that's a great combo.
Yeah, no kidding.
Root 'em and blown 'em up.
Yeah, it's already looking terrifying. Yeah,
So expect to see some form of cleanse coming out from Anomaly. You know, maybe a Rhaegar. Rhaegar's gone up in value. We could see a White Mane. We saw that a minute ago. Ana can cleanse roots. She doesn't get the armor on the root cleanse, but she does get bonus healing on it. Right?
Yeah, yes, bonus healing. Bonus healing, remove roots and slows.
So that's pretty valuable. They also get the Jaina. So a Jaina can help to slow down the Zool to keep him from being able to move in with that that cleave. I don't remember the name of it now for whatever reason.
Curse strikes?
Curse Strikes. That would be the one. Now, Varian the ban. So that's interesting. There's no Tracer. When you see a Varian, like, I'm thinking somebody with a lot of shielding, somebody that maybe has low health, that maybe could get into, say, a backline and cause some danger.
You're not thinking Phoenix?
I mean, why else would you ban Varian? I mean, the other potential options, you could see Zeratul, right? Varian could pose a threat to Zeratul. But Phoenix is the one that's, like, kind of obvious. Well, okay, Anubrak maybe a little bit too, because he does have the shielding. Maybe even Zool. Like, maybe that's what they're going for, is they just don't want to have a shattering
They don't
throw.
want to. Yeah, okay. I mean, there are 2 other shield breaker talents, but they're not particularly popular characters in Kel'Thuzad and Lieutenant Morales, but yeah, that's a weird reason to take those 2 just for shields.
Right.
Okay. What do we got? It's got to be something juicy.
I mean, it's probably the solo lane, but it doesn't have to be, because Zool could be. And this is a. Oh, I was. Okay, you remember earlier how I said I thought it was going to be a different ban, and it wasn't? I was thinking it was going to be Deathwing. They said they clearly thought that was an appropriate hero as well, and so they just got rid of it.
Sure. Why not?
I mean, there's not a lot that Anomaly can do against a Deathwing. Sonya, I guess.
Yeah. I'm wondering.
Twitch chat, I've broken Recycling.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that there's a lot that they can deal with it. So I guess the best way to deal with it is to not deal with it. I think he's a pain in the booty if on this map, especially post level 7. Just what's that with the Skyfall or what is it? Yeah, Skyfall. That thing can stall for a while, an annoying amount of time. Any channels that the opposing team wants to do on the curse. So he's a nuisance here. I think this is his best map in my opinion. So
I would agree that it's a good map for him. I don't know for sure that it's his best map, but but it is definitely a good one.
got it.
Certainly top 3.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm willing to be wrong. I don't mind.
And I'm not saying you are. I'm just there are 2 other maps I could see him being really, really solid on. Well, let's get our teams introduced. Rek, which team would you like to introduce?
Let me do Minion Miners. I'll do them.
Well, then
I
take it away.
haven't heard from them in a while. All right, Minion Miners. That's going to be your right team, your red team. Marshall playing Li Ming, Sir Mac of Cheese. I like that name. Playing Stukov. Weskra playing Nubarak. Brother, who knows. Playing Deathwing and Himibo on Zool.
And I think it might be Senior Mac of Cheese. Right? SR?
Yeah, SR Senior. Yeah, okay.
I think it is actually, sir. But anyways, for ReGen Anomaly on the left here, we got Lucid on the Johanna, Supercarve RG on the Jaina, Leish Marvul on the Junkrat, Sonya going to be played by Exarded, and Anna going to be played by Shenmeister.
Excellent.
Excellent indeed. So a bit of a rotation here, sending 3 people down in the bot lane, maybe trying to look to see if they can't gank the Zool. But they left mid open with 3 heroes there.
Yeah, I mean, Lucid's here all by his lonesome, or they're lonesome, I should say. That's okay. Johanna doesn't really die that easily, so, you know, look at that. He takes an orb to the face and says, yeah, don't mind. Don't mind me.
And
I like the Sonya on Bruisers. Oh,
yeah, we've got Sonya on the Bruisers, but what I was going to mention is that I think Johanna's a great pick for that because she does have pretty good wave clear, certainly great wave clear for a tank.
Yeah.
So she can really stall that out and pick up the XP safely. Meanwhile, Minion Miners, we got Weskra and Senior Mac of Cheese. I do kind of wonder if there's a Junior Mac of Cheese. That would be kind of hilarious. You know, Junior Mac like a Junior Baconator.
Sure, Aero. If that helps.
Listen, the guy's name is Mac of Cheese. I'm gonna think of other types of food. Get off my nuts.
Nuts.
See? Nuts.
Yeah. Right.
But anyway, we got our teams working on the upper half of the map now on the Bruiser camp here, or Minion Miners, Anomaly getting that siege camp, and the tribute's coming up in 15 seconds. We'll see if either team is able to get some value out of these camps. Bottom lane is likely to get cleared up by Anomaly, but can they get Himibo? Very close on that blizzard damage. 300 health left on the Zool, but that's going to force him to go back. Well, gather tribute, heroes. Earn the favor of the Raven Lord. You know, do you ever wonder if, like, there should be a special voice line if Orphea gathers the tribute?
You think so? I see why.
There should be. There should be. Right? Like, all right, Father, do I have your favor
Attention.
now? Or,
Yeah,
you know, something else like that. Well,
Yeah,
Jaina gonna
weird.
get caught here by a Nubrak and Mr. Mac of Cheese, and Li Ming finishing the job there with an army of beetles chasing down as well. So that's gonna give Minion Miners now the first tribute of the game.
All right.
By the way, that was first blood too.
Hey, look at that.
Don't often see these several minutes into the game first bloods, but we've seen a fair bit of that today. With the beetles here, Anubrak calling for the push onto the tower, but Carve making it back, getting that blizzard out, so Wesgra gonna bro charge out of there. Get out of the danger zone.
Out of the danger zone. Get out of there.
Next tribute coming up. It is in the defensive side for ReGen Anomaly. But Brother here getting a little bit low. But ultimately, the combination of Sonya and Ana somehow not able to finish off the Deathwing. I'm not entirely sure why not, but, you know, it's a thing. Now, what's this rotation? Looking for the Sonya here. Gets the slow. But Exerted's going to go ahead and spin to win. Does have that slow removal as well. And the tower coming down. Deathwing, rather, coming down. So this is going to be a 4-man push in the top lane as the tribute picked up by ReGen Anomaly, making it 1-1. And Sonya trying to get the tower to assist her on the heroes. Certainly has been able to get a lot of damage out there. But Minion Miner's getting more onto the tower.
Yeah, she's doing her absolute darndest, but unfortunately, not quite enough.
Just a little bit too far toward the dragon there, but ReGen Anomaly taking this opportunity to push what they can in the bot lane. It's going to be difficult to do that against Azul, though, right? He can cleave away all of their minions, so they just have to take that damage as the top fork going down in favor of Minion Miners. And this time, the tribute's going to be a little bit better positioned for Minion Miner. But check it out. Just like we saw in last game,
Yep.
our blue
I'm
team
seeing
going to
it.
make their way onto the bot camp, onto the bot boss.
Yeah, I like it. They're gonna be late for tribute. They're just gonna straight give it up, obviously.
Certainly looks that way. Now, the real question here is, for one, how long can Johanna stall? For two, Minion Miners has level 10.
Once. I think.
Can she stall any longer? Or does she? Yeah.
Nah.
And with the boss pickup now, Minion Miners is going to head to their boss. But does ReGen Anomaly do anything about that? Or do they just go ahead and push along with the boss? And it looks like they're going to push.
Looks like they're gonna push. Yeah. I wonder if they shouldn't just go to the other boss. I don't know. That might be
I'm
risky.
actually kind of surprised. I would have thought that Minion Miners would have gone to their boss, but they're not going to do that.
No,
gonna
they
defend
want to
first.
defend. All right. I suppose that's an option. I think the fort is saved. That is a lot of damage onto one boss. Yeah, fort saved.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that comes from the Seeker talent there, the level 7 that Li Ming picked up, looking to really capitalize on those roots, potentially those stuns from Anubrak as well. So, you know, that level 7 adds, at this point, 216 damage if you hit the same target with 3 missiles. More importantly, though, you get a very satisfying sound. It's so nice. It's so pleasant.
You've mentioned it several times.
Yeah, but you hear it now, don't you?
Every time, without
Every
fail.
time. And here comes Johanna. She's going to get rooted, so Li Ming going to put the damage in, and that's a dead Johanna. Riptire coming out from Junkrat is going to push Zool back, but not into a dangerous place here as second tribute up for Minion Miners. Now they're going to look to get that boss. No Johanna.
Good timing,
Just all
good
that.
timing. Yeah, I like that timing.
Nera 2, I believe. That's Aaron, right? I think from a retro. It says it's the safe tribute. They probably shouldn't contest anyways. Well, this is the tribute that's going to be contested. We got 2 on both sides at this point.
So I noticed Ana opted for Night Terrors. I hope that's not intended for Deathwing, because I learned the hard way that 10% max health only procs if they wake up, and he can't fall asleep. So
Yep.
rough.
I mean, it's still probably pretty
it's
decent
still
against like the
good.
Zool and the Nubrak and the Stukov.
Oh, for sure. I'm not saying that it's bad talent by any means,
Well,
but it will not
there's
do
the leap.
anything. Uh-oh.
Sonya's going to get put into the cocoon. Deathwing going deep into the team has the fear. So that's 4-man fear here as Shenmeister in danger. Can't quite get away with that ADS there. Jaina going to fall to the Li Ming in the back, and Exerted trying to get out here. This started off looking really solid for Anomaly, but it turned around real quick when Brother dove deep and threw out that fear. Himibo having to pull back, though, as the whirlwinding Sonya getting a lot of value there. And the curse is going to go over to Minion Miners. And this is worst case scenario for Anomaly, having 2 heroes dead and an uncontested boss in the top lane, rather, with a curse going on.
Yeah, that's big unfortunate for them, but really good for Minion Miners, and they are absolutely guaranteed a top keep here. And they're looking for the bottom keep, which just as good.
Yeah, this is really fantastic play on their side here. Zool's going to be able to pick up that mid lane as well. Getting that the bottom wall already sets the stage for a later boss play potentially, or if they get some kills and they happen to be in the bottom half of the map, they can go there. Sonya being cocoon there, I was gonna say I didn't think they had any stuns or anything to lock her down, so she should be safe. And all 5 on defense from Anomaly here, as the core starting to get some pressure from that top lane. That's your cue.
For what?
For anything, right?
You hate to see it. You love to see it. There. That's the best I could come up with.
Well, Bruiser Camp gonna get picked up here by Minion Miners. Himibo's gonna Hearth, needs that mana after using the Cursed Strikes to really just cleave that down. And of course, taking a full Cursed Strikes build. Kind of surprising. This is a team that I probably would not have taken Cursed Strikes into with the Johanna and the Sonya.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Depending on the map, right? It's great if you're just trying to clear wave clear, but if ever you're in team fights, it's very easy to lose that ability.
Yeah. Plus, like, I don't know, how are you supposed to hit Junkrat theoretically ever? You know, he's so far back.
Yeah. And I mean, to be fair, that was pretty much the only build you could go up until recently, where now there's certainly more options. But check it out how quickly they're just destroying this boss. Can ReGen Anomaly rotate in? They're trying to, but I don't think they get here quickly enough. Maybe they do. Johanna getting in there has the unstoppable Exerted jumping in with the leap at the cocoon going out. Silence onto Johanna, and she is absolutely just toast. Ring of Frost coming out, but Jaina paying the price for standing there long enough to cast it, as Exerted coming out of the cocoon. 3 kills on this boss play, and this wall's already down. This was mentioned last time they were here. This is all but certain for a keep, and it might even be game.
I think it might actually be game here, Aero, but that was beautifully played, I gotta be honest. The cocoon onto a spinning Sonya was just perfect, and the silence just underneath Johanna, she can't do anything. Yeah, that was really rough for ReGen Anomaly, but beautifully played by Minion Miners.
And they do make their way onto the core. They also happen to have a siege camp here that was picked up a good long time ago. Boss just gonna finish this core for them. Game number 1 going over to Minion Miners.
Well then.
I love sometimes seeing chat catch up. We're 45 seconds ahead. Aaron says that might be game. Game's over, buddy.
Oh, spoiler alert.
8 kills to 0. So that was very handily in favor of Minion Miners throughout that. It was really difficult. I think the Deathwing play really caused them a lot of grief. Having that unstoppable fear that came into the backline on what I think is probably the best play that ReGen Anomaly have in that bottom tribute area, and Deathwing just said, "No, I'm countering you."
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Rek?
Yeah, I think it was the Deathwing pick. Really, like it's so. There was really nothing that I don't think Anomaly could have done about it. Really, it's kind of you hate to see it, but also you love to see it at the same time. So I don't know. I don't think they played it properly. Really, I think they took too many risky fights and stuff like that. So I don't know. I didn't hate their draft. I just think that, ooh, look at this map.
Oh, you already got an invite?
I already got an invite 'cause I'm super special.
All right, well, fair enough.
Let me invite you. I'll invite you.
Here I
Like a
come.
gentleman.
Completing the list of who played what. Okay. Well, let me show talents real quick because I didn't show those
Sure.
yet. Glass Cannon Leming, no less. They really were just going for straight damage, saying, "Hey,
Raw damage, seeker,
yeah,
all that. Yeah.
Yep. Right. Give me that invite again."
Oh yeah, sure, by all means. There you go. Did it
Didn't
send?
get it. There it is.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
this is gonna be a fun one.
And it was team 2 first, so that means the blue team picked this one. Huh. Both of these teams electing for map pick as opposed to first pick.
Okay.
So our map, ladies and gentlemen, going to be Braxis Holdout, the selection of ReGen Anomaly.
Good map, Aero. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah? What do you like about Braxis Holdout?
First of all, the aesthetic. I like the StarCraft, like all the whoosh whoosh and all the Terran music playing, and it's pretty cool. But also, I think it's very fast paced. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's so confined. It's kind of a small map, right? And there's just a lot of stuff going on, especially during the Zerg pushes, and it's just. It makes for some interesting play, and since it's a 2-lane map, the comps that you usually see can be vastly different. It's similar to BOE, right? Like on BOE, you prioritize a lot of auto attackers or characters that can do a lot of single target damage. We'll throw Li Ming in there, and on this map, you want wave clear. Like wave clear is just so important, and you might see some Guldans. You might see some Kel'Thas, so, some fun stuff that can really come out here. You might see some Genji, even. Like, back in the day, Genji was a monster on this map. He can rotate so quickly, and he can shred that boss with the deflect. Yeah, deflect, thank you. And I even love Muradin on this map, too. He can rotate just as quickly as well. So, yeah, there's a lot of fun you can have here.
Absolutely. And what else you could see here on Braxis is a Lulu Heroes saying, "Who is that? Aero and the yesterday's birthday Diane?"
I am the yesterday.
Was it your birthday yesterday, Recyclic?
It was, yes. It was. It was actually my champagne birthday, I think they call it. Which is, I turned 27 on the 27th. I didn't drink any champagne, but that's just what it's called.
All right then.
Yeah.
Well, fair enough. So, what adjustments do you think we'll see out of the team? Do you think we'll see any of the same heroes? Do you think some heroes might swap out? I have my own thoughts on a couple heroes that we might see, but
Okay.
I'd like to hear what you think first.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of band changes, first of all. I could see ReGen Anomaly, especially, doing some band changes. If they're that afraid of Deathwing, for example, they're either going to have someone opt to, as an early counter, just like, oh, we'll draft Tychus early or something, just as like a, hey, don't do that. Or even Malthael, actually. Malthael's pretty decent here. Early, or just ban it altogether. So that's one example. But I'm really hoping for just wave clear from both of these teams. Wave clear wins games.
Sure. And, the other thing about wave clear is that oftentimes it's AoE damage, and a lot of these fights take place on or around these control points. So wave clear converts into hero clear if you get the right heroes at the right time.
If you do it right.
Yeah. And with that in mind, I wouldn't be surprised if we continue to see Jaina out of Carve. Some of the plays there, we had some really good Blizzard damage. We had one particularly, fantastic Ring of Frost. Unfortunately, cost him his life. But in a slightly different world, you know, maybe that turns into some kills, turns around that boss fight.
For sure.
It wouldn't surprise me to see a Zarya here.
I you know what? It's funny you said I wanted to say that, and I was like, nah. Yeah, no, Zarya is so funny to me because I feel like she can be, with the right circumstances, an absolute menace to deal with. And another thing that I love about that character, almost every single one of her talents is good. Like, there's a use for everything. She's so like good utility wise. I love that character. I think she's beautifully balanced and just has like a spot that is kind of niche, but in that niche, it's just so good.
We're going to see the Tracer and Garrosh fans continue. And Aaron mentioning there, of course, that this can be a strong Abathur map,
Okay, yeah.
as you can very easily help out both lanes and also push a little bit with those little siege minions.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to continue to see the Varian ban. So I guess maybe they're just looking at it from the perspective of not wanting to the potential of point-click blow-up, right? The Varian plus Greymane plus potential Ming, which is the selection here from Marshall once again.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know?
And again, I mean, Seeker is not a talent that you see often.
I'm actually kind of surprised by that.
I mean, it was clear that the value was, you're going to stand here and we're going to blow you up. And they don't need the orb, right? The long distance orb to get the resets. They're just going to kill you with the missiles. And they did really well with that. So I'm excited to see what they do now on Brax's holdout, where in some ways it's easier to land those missiles because people are in a confined space.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, forgot about that guy, Phoenix.
Oh,
is
did
this a
you?
planet cracker?
See, I didn't forget it because of the variant. You know, that was always in my mind. I think that Phoenix might have been their last pick until they realized that Deathwing was really the pick.
I'm starting to think that too now. All right.
So we're actually going to see Raynor out of Carve. We're going to get the Johanna as well.
That's got to be Exterminator Raynor, yeah.
And Anubrak's going to be the third ban here from ReGen Anomaly. What do you think? So, I mean, Sonya could potentially still get value here, so they might look at a Sonya ban. Rexar is up and available. He still does pretty well on a map like this. Artanis even potentially can be a bit of a threat here.
I don't know,
especially with his changes.
I don't know if Anomaly plays it, but Samuro would actually be ridiculous. Take all the camps while all the rotating and fighting is going on. How much
should be
mini miners would be able to do about that? Ooh. Ooh.
Okay, I want to see the Morales. Give me the Morales. Just do it.
Please?
Or Rhaegar.
Oh no, Morales for the shield breaker, the EMP grenade. At 13.
Oh, there, yeah, you double up. There you go.
Oh, no,
Kel'Thuzad
there's
is the other one.
Okay, yeah, all right.
By the way, there's no way we're getting a Bloodlust or a Sim drone, but it would be fun.
It would be so fun.
Mal'Ganis going to be the tank pickup, and Rexar the final selection here for the
I
mini
expect
miners.
a Malthael. I expect Malthael here.
Could very well be. Could also be a Thrall. I think Thrall does decently into Rexar. They've got already pretty decent wave clear, does Anomaly, so you know, that could be a pick. And it's not. So Zagar is a strong hero, and on this map she can get around very quickly using her Nidus network. I think that she probably does well into Rexar with her long-range banelings. And, I mean, if you think about it, she can take that auto-attack stacking quest at level 4 and go nuts with a Rexar. I think that's a fantastic pick.
That could be a fun one. You know, my only gripe is Minion Anomaly is extremely squishy, but they do have pretty good damage. So
now, I'm going to guess that we're not going to see Seeker here. I think we're going to see more of the Orb build, or maybe even Calamity, especially with as squishy as ReGen Anomaly is. Orb build would give them a little bit more in the wave clear department, which they're kind of going to have a little bit of difficulty with. Phoenix can do a little bit of that, but it's not great. I don't know. We'll see.
Know either.
We're going to find out over the next 15 to 20 minutes or so. And why don't you take it away, Rek?
Sure, let's go ahead and introduce right team, red team, blue team, wheel team, Minion Miners. I don't know. Marshall playing Li Ming. Wesker's going to be playing Mal'Ganis. Himibo on Phoenix. Senior Mac of Cheese. I'm pretty sure it's Sir. On Stukov. And Brother on Rexar.
I'm going to call him Senor Mac of Cheese.
It's Senor Mac of Cheese. That's the middle ground.
All right, we got ReGen Anomaly on the left here. We're going to have Leish Marvel on the Kel'Thuzad, Lucid on the Johanna. We got Exarded on Alexstrasza. Who am I missing? Super Carve on the Rainer, and Zagara up in the top lane here, going to be played by Shenmaster.
Excellent.
And not nearly as many talent stacking quests in this game as we saw in our second game earlier. Only one for the right team, one for the left team. But a 2 versus 1 up in the top lane. We'll see how long this lasts. As which team do you think is going to get the most push value out of this?
Well, so far it looks like it's actually ReGen Anomaly, and I'm not entirely surprised by that. Yeah, I would say ReGen Anomaly, I think, has a bit of an edge on this one. Excuse me, Jimmy opting for Exterminator, as I kind of expected him to, is going to go ahead and grab that, but I actually just kind of realized that most of the reason they're winning this bottom lane is because Li Ming is helping Rexar out in top. Rexar now opting for his camp, so Li Ming can catch the soak.
Yeah, and that's a nice early camp. Going to be right in the lane here as the control points come up. The other thing that Li Ming in the top lane does is it makes it a little bit harder here for Kel'Thuzad to stack his quest.
Yeah, absolutely.
In addition, Zagara can block some of the Li Ming damage with her little roachlings, I think they're called.
Roachlings? Yep.
Yeah, so she can absorb some of that. Big damage going out on a Phoenix, and it's night. First blood going over to ReGen Anomaly.
That's a you love to see it. I'm going to channel my Valk and say, remove Phoenix from the game, please. Oh my god, another fantastic combination from Kel'Thuzad. Not yet stacked, so not quite as much damage as it could have been. But that's to be expected, as long as he's stacking, right?
Well, right now, the siege damage slightly in favor here of Minion Miners, as they're getting a little bit more value in the top lane than ReGen Anomaly has so far in the bot lane. Neither team really pushing to gain advantage out of the Zerg wave, though. And I kind of wonder if that's not because the Zerg waves are coming in the lanes where these teams are already strong. They want to get as much siege damage as they possibly can into these lanes so that the Zerg wave will absolutely guarantee them a fort, if not get keep damage.
Yeah. Ooh. I'm liking that Minion Miners is getting their camps out as soon as possible. A lot of teams kind of opt to do that after the first, Zerg wave, I suppose, but I like doing it during.
Zagara getting caught by Misha, and the long-range Arcane Orb gonna take her out. Raynor heading up now to try to stall out this push from Brother and Marshall. Is it going to be early enough? And We do have Li Ming taking that Aether Walker there at level 1, so getting that reduced cooldown when she hasn't taken any damage, but also increasing the damage of her missiles. So I assume we're going to see Calamity here. That's often the way you go with that, but it could be missiles as well.
Who knows?
Xtraza popping Dragon Form in the bot lane to just keep the rest of the team here, keep Minion Miners pushed back, and that's going to go ahead and expire. So I expect Minion Miners to come right back on in, especially since, at least as far as they can see, this is an even fight for them.
Yeah. Zagara got the bottom siege camp, her bottom siege camp that is, but will she be able to come back in time to help Jimmy out? Maybe prevent this Li Ming from poking down this tower. Actually, no, she's going to opt for the bruiser camp instead.
So she's going to take that out. It's going to take a little while, but I think they sacrificed the fort for that value. As these minions and Misha should be able to put this down. That said, ReGen Anomaly pushing along with their siege camp as well. So
yeah, fort for fort.
It's looking that way, although they're getting pulled back a little bit. Raynor getting taken out in the top lane there. Misha and Li Ming getting some work done.
Gosh. Zagara handing over the camp. Getting way too low on health there.
And that is a feels bad moment, if ever there was one.
Yeah.
Well, Leish Marvel there getting very low and having to pull back. With Li Ming rotating down, they should be able to now start this Zerg channel in the bot lane in favor of Minion Miners, and it is going to begin. A full level lead in favor there, too. Go ahead.
Do you like to solo bosses?
You know what? Occasionally I do. I see that our good friend Brother over here is making his way to just that.
Yeah, well, not so much now, but that being said, that's a boss.
Another pretty early boss play. The last game it was ReGen Anomaly that was able to pick up the boss early. This time it's going to be Minion Miners, and you know, this is a lot of value. This is going into their weaker lane. It's going to help push things out, but it's Kel'Thuzad getting caught there. The team of ReGen Anomaly just being cut into pieces there, completely separated by Minion Miners as they came down, really putting out the damage onto the team and forcing the kill onto Kel'Thuzad.
Absolutely. Minion Miners coming out swinging this game, really showing their stuff.
So it is going to be Seeker again, though.
It is Seeker. Okay.
And you know what? Why not? If you can get a double kill off of an Arcane Orb and send both Johanna and Alex to the graveyard, I mean, let's go, right?
Yeah, and what's that? 3 for 1? Almost 4 for 1? Oof.
Very close there, yeah. Senor Mac of Cheese being sent back to the graveyard as this boss. Starting damage on this keep wall, and the Zerg wave is going to be completed in favor of Minion Miners. They also have level 10, and this Zerg wave coming into top lane where there's no fort, and the wall already taking some damage.
Yeah, and why not a siege camp to go along with it? This is just brutal. Aero, is this going to be an under 10-minuter?
I mean, it's certainly possible. Kel'Thuzad and Raynor and Zagara can, in theory, defend this, and they just got their level 10s. So I think they're going to be okay, as long as they don't get too aggressive with their positioning.
Yeah, for sure.
Hyperion going out is going to get some damage there onto the Zerg wave. You see Kel'Thuzad looking, does get the pull onto Li Ming, but can't quite get the kill there, can't get the root. Mal'Ganis going to put Johanna to sleep as the Meme Beam coming out onto Kel'Thuzad brings him very low, so he has to pull back from the team here. And Johanna looking for more here, is maybe looking to try to get that Mal'Ganis. There goes the Carrion Swarm. Silence, however, on Raynor, so no Adrenaline Rush. He has to use that a few moments later. Rexar, very far forward, is going to get taken out by Johanna there, and Raynor, but Raynor falling to the Phoenix. And now Alexstrasza coming in with her Cleansing Flame. Ultimately, the keep survives.
How about that?
So, #worth.
Yeah, mostly.
That said, Johanna, I would say face checking bush, but she didn't even go into the bush. Said popping unstoppable, looking for the team. Kel'Thuzad getting a double root. Is it enough? So close for Senor Mac of Cheese, and he's going back. He's dead. Hemibo on the Phoenix, using the warp to get away.
Goodness me. I think this is a bye-bye fort.
Valerina says, I'm pretty sure it's Sir, but I think Senor is the better option. I agree.
Yeah. I thought it was Sir. Aero thought it was Senior, so we settled for Senor.
Actually, I thought it was Sir too, but the way it's written,
Well, yeah.
it could be Senior. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Could be Sriracha. No. I tried.
I'm just saying, like, Senor Mac of Cheese. Like, it rolls off the tongue. It just goes so well. It sounds like somebody that is, you know, super charismatic on some TV show.
Yeah, sure.
Well, there's Kel'Thuzad with another combo. He is stacked now, but not able to get the kill onto the Mal'Ganis. Here comes Beam Beam. Carve able to make it out just barely, as the Frost Blast is going to hit onto Mal'Ganis and Rexar. But Carve doesn't look like he's going to make it out of this one.
Nah, not this time. Actually, I'm wondering if all of them are even going to make it out. That's going to be a super slowed Kel'Thuzad in just a moment. And stunned. Why not? Wesker doing his absolute best. Oh, nope, just kidding. They do manage to get the Kel'Thuzad with the super slows from the weighted pustules of Sir Senor Mac of Cheese.
Yeah, that guy.
That fella. That Stuki. That Stukov.
So with those kills, I mean, it's fairly short death timers. We saw them kind of looking like maybe they were going to go core, but they said, you know what? Those death timers are short. They've defended pretty well. We can't get this keep. So let's just get the boss. Put the boss out there. It's going to go into whichever lane. Where's it going? Bottom lane? Bottom lane.
It's going to, yeah.
So bottom lane does still have a wall up, but that boss should be able to take out the wall. Anomaly, however, coming in to stop this channel. They see that Rexar's on the top, so this is their best, strongest place to potentially defend.
Wow, and they melt that boss. Look at that. It's got to be Exterminator, right?
It is.
Yeah.
And of course, Kel'Thuzad going into the chains that strip shields, so he's able to help reduce the shields of our good friend there, Phoenix. Pretty much the only player on that team that has shield, right? I guess technically Li Ming can at 16. Showing Glass Cannon, I don't expect that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think anyone else can get shields, so.
Well, right now we've got a little bit of a pause here, as, you know, ReGen Anomaly, a couple levels behind, needs to find something, but they're not going to find it if Johanna gets caught here, silenced and deleted. Frostblast going out. They managed to get the kill onto Phoenix, but Alex Strauss is the trade, and this is a 3v however many are left, 4, as Supercar RG using an Adrenaline Rush trying to get away here. He is going to be able to mount, but can Mal'Ganis get him?
Yeah.
The answer is yes. Zergwave on its way to 100%. And that boss didn't manage to get any damage onto that keep wall, so this is still where it was just before, minus the bit of damage here from Li Ming. Taken, by the way, Fireflies, reducing the cooldown, reducing the cost, allowing her to throw those missiles out pretty much non-stop.
Yeah.
Here comes Phoenix. At this point, he does have Planet Cracker, so if they find a good stun combo,
I think they're just looking for the virulent reaction, actually. That seems to be what it's been going after. Oh, or nothing.
Yep, you know, sometimes you just want to have a little bit of a light show as they get the kill onto Johanna on the way. Zergwave just shredding this keep, though, and it's still pretty healthy.
Yeah.
Is there enough in the tank from ReGen Anomaly to get this down before it takes out their core?
I'm not sure. I think this might be it. Cleansing Flame going out, but that's definitely not enough to stop a whole Zerg wave and 5 boys.
Well, at 25% core falling rapidly, this is looking like it's going to be game number 2 in favor of Minion Miners, giving them the 2-0 victory over ReGen Anomaly. Alrighty then, we'll see if we can get Marsh or somebody in for a quick interview. Why don't you want to meet me over there?
Oh, yeah, Marsh. Okay. Yes, I will be right over there.
I'll meet you in the NGS lobby.
Greetings.
Hello. All right, we'll see if we can get Marshall or, you know, somebody.
Any of these
Minion
humans?
Yes, a human would in fact be preferable. Holy cow, we got a whole hour until this cast. So, any thoughts on that? Oh, never mind. We got him. Oh, it's our friend.
Hello.
Hello. We've got Wesgra. Is it Wesgra or Weskra?
Weskra.
Weskra. Okay. And then we have Mac of Cheese, of whose name I have been saying incredibly wrong the whole time, but I love how I've been saying it, so I apologize when you go back and watch the video. But I gotta tell you, Senor Mac of Cheese just rolls off the tongue, and you gotta go with it.
I mean, it's got some flair for sure.
Doesn't it? Doesn't it? Well, congratulations on your victory, guys, and welcome to the NGS lobby. How are you guys feeling after that hot win?
Oh, feeling good, actually. Yeah, that kind of went the way we wanted to go. So, actually, going the 2-3 there was kind of an interesting call, but it worked out for us.
Yeah, it was an interesting call. And what was the I have my own thoughts on it, but I want to hear from you guys. What was the thought process behind that? What was the call for that?
Well, one of the main things is we didn't want KTZ to stack, and we actually didn't think they had a good rotation to counter it. Because if they sent Rainer up, their only damage would be KTZ, which is going to be tricky in bot, in other words. So we figured it was probably the best move, and I think it worked out, yeah.
It certainly did. It really gave you guys a little bit more value in the structure early game, and obviously getting that kill onto the Zagara worked out heavily in your favor. Now, you know, obviously neither of you guys were there for that, so we'll just leave that into the history books there. Let's go ahead and take a step back into game one. Game one, 8-0, a flawless victory, as they say. It was like the game itself didn't feel straight up like an 8-0. There definitely were moments where, you know, ReGen Anomaly had some fantastic like CC plays and stuff like that. But ultimately,
Yes.
you guys were just able to survive forever. What would you attribute your success in that game to? Like, what was it that set you guys up for success through that?
Adam.
I mean, the thing is, I think we knew we had to isolate the Jaina. We tried to catch her just about as much as we could. So she was their big burst damage, and then kind of falling back on the Stukov to just keep everybody topped off. It was pretty clean. I was able to hang pretty far back and keep everybody topped off and still pressure their damage, because I tend to go, what is it, E-build on Stukov. It's a lot of poke, and it's really easy to catch people with roots that aren't paying attention, so you can...
Well, and you could kind of see that right at the beginning there. The first blood of the game, if I remember correctly, was the two of you hiding in a bush, Jaina
Nice, good
walking up,
memory.
and you said, "Hey, by the way..."
I was really happy it was Jaina and not Joe, because Joe
That was-
could have made that a little bit more complicated, but yes, that was nice.
Yeah, that was very fortunate for us, actually.
All right,
But I wanted to
think
say, like... Go ahead,
I
Adam.
think it was just nerves, because I think most people would have waited behind their tank. I think people were, I mean, it is what it is. So I've made that mistake
I've
more than
definitely done
enough.
it.
You go watch any series. I think the last series, actually, I walked right into the tank, so it'll happen.
Sure.
I was going to
So-
say on that
Yeah, go ahead.
first game, we knew that they were probably going to engage with Sonya jumping in the back line. So we were really kind of looking for that and trying to collapse on that and play off at that point. So I wrapped Sonya on the back a couple times and because that could have done some work to us if she got back there and went to town.
Yeah,
so
we
we were
took-
able to collapse pretty well on that, and that
we
worked
took
out.
swipes as a backup just in case that didn't work. So normally I prefer the push. Like I like it's just a funnel.
Sure. No, and what you just described, I mean, we even talk about that a couple of times because, like the bottom boss near the end of that, where Johanna walks in, and then suddenly Sonya leaps in, and oh no, pause. We'll come back to you. Jaina gets the Ring of Frost that hits like 3 people or something like that, and then she immediately dies because of I think Marshall just blowing her up with
He had a good series.
Seeker and
He
all that.
played really well.
Oh, absolutely. So, those things worked really well. And, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Rek because I know Rek has all kinds of things to say about the Stukov play or ask.
Oh, I mean,
Fair enough.
not particularly. I kind of saw this Stukov and just went, yeah, that looks about right. I'm actually more interested in something else.
Well, it's all
draft-
yours, so go ahead.
Yeah. Game 1 draft, and Aero and I both kind of noticed it. You guys picked the Deathwing last, and what tipped us off was the Varian ban. We were like, oh, all right, that's probably a Phoenix pick. Was it gonna be Phoenix? And then you realized, oh wait, Deathwing.
Yeah, no, we had planned Deathwing for. No, I'm just
Okay.
kidding. Yeah, Deathwing was like a last-minute decision there. There were a couple of picks we were debating around. I think we made the right choice, and I think mainly Deathwing because there's a lot of choke points on that map, and with the Zol lockdown, Fire could get a lot of value. And yeah, I think it was a good last-minute thought to go Deathwing there.
Absolutely, for sure. And we both pointed out, like, there's really nothing that they had that really deals with him properly. I made a comment about on his level 7, what's it called, Night Terrors, how it actually doesn't work on him, the 10% damage, which that doesn't necessarily mean she took that for him specifically, but that doesn't work on him because they have to actually go to sleep first. So I was hoping that wasn't the reason why. But yeah, as far as game 2 goes, that was pretty dominant. And I have to say, like, was the Zagara at all an issue? Like, I was that like a surprise or anything to you guys? Like, they kind of had a very squishy backline. Needless to say, it was really just Johanna that had high health. So was Zagara like a concern of yours when you saw that pick, or was it just kind of whatever?
Yeah, a little bit. No, go ahead, Adam.
No, I was just gonna say. So normally with Zagara, I mean, I used to actually play damage for us, and I know I struggled into this very similar rotation. I feel like that's where we might have gotten the idea. It's really easy to shut down Zagara because a lot of her wave clear is very mana dependent. So if you bleed her out of mana, she can't do anything.
Right.
So keeping that pressure up, they just kept her locked down. And bottom, we had the heals to keep everybody topped off. We just needed to keep clears up. And I mean, between our Phoenix and everything else, they couldn't do anything. I mean, they kept pretty even with us on structure damage, but we knew that we had more kill potential top than they did bottom. So it was just a matter of time.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, it looked like that they were kind of pushing into you for a bit, but it's like you said, you could stay topped off. It wasn't really necessarily a threat to your lives. The most that it would be is your structures, and you kind of did see that the first, 2 minutes of the match. So yeah, I totally get what you're saying. That's really all I got, though.
Okay. And I did want to mention, just to take it a moment back here, Deathwing was... certainly insane value on game number 1. Their absolute best engage was there in that bot lane near the tribute, and Deathwing, Cataclysm straight into the back line, surrounded by 4 heroes, pops the fear, and their whole engage is just done. Like, it looked great for them really until that moment.
Yeah, he played it really well. Yeah, he did a great job.
Sure. So anything, so actually let's go with something a little bit different than I was going to ask. How do you guys feel about the A West setup, having kind of a smaller division, doing the double round robin? How does that feel compared to the divisions that you played in previously that were just a single?
I mean, at first it was different, but I actually really like it because we get 2 chances at everybody. So in that sense, and you get to know the teams a little bit better because you play a series and then you to know what they tend to go as, and so you can come around the second time around and be more ready for them. Yeah, I like it. It's a tough division. There's a lot of really good teams, so we're fighting like crazy, but it's going to be a battle all the way through for sure.
It gives us a chance to kind of review our VODs too. It's kind of nice to get a second shot at these teams, because I know when we were in B East, like that was kind of there were a couple of games that we really wanted those rematches. We didn't ever got them, but it's kind of cool to go back, because I mean I think we've got a couple of teams that we played really close, and I think, given the right amount of prep, we could probably flip a lot of those series.
Sure.
I hope, yeah.
Well, good deal. Before we get to shoutouts, was there any particular moment of the set that you want to make sure gets highlighted, whether it's something you guys yourselves did or the enemy team did, anything that you want to make sure gets a special shout out? And you can say no. But...
Nothing off the top of my head.
I think everybody played well. I think we win as a team, so it is what it is.
All right. Well, then, with that, floor is yours for shoutouts.
Yeah, just want to shout out you guys. Thanks for casting. Shout out Anomaly. I'm sure we'll look for them next time around, and it might go the other way. So we're gonna be ready. Try to come to play every time. And just NGS, just having fun.
Right on. Yep. Senor Mac and Cheese, anything?
Just I mean, everything Wes covered there, and just shout out to my teammates. They crushed it tonight. I didn't have to do much of anything. The game just kind of fell right into my hands. So thanks for carrying me, boys.
Fair enough. Well, I hope that the adjustment to your name catches on and that everybody starts having fun with it. As long as you don't mind, of course.
I do not care. No, it's fun. I don't think a single caster has said it the same, and it's fantastic. So, what's up?
Absolutely, guys. Well, have a wonderful night. Congratulations again on your victory, and don't forget to report your match.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Thanks.
You too.
Bye.
Hello, Recyclic.
Yes, it is I.
There you are.
Yeah, there I is.
With those beautiful brown eyes. Excellent face, Red. Excellent. Himibo, absolutely glad that we could get the cast in. And Benjamin. I don't know why, but I feel like maybe Benjamin is I was gonna say maybe that's brother, but Great Job MM implies that he's probably not on the team, so I don't know. Maybe Benjamin's just a fan, just a friendly fan. But
Sure.
Thanks for the follow earlier today, Benjamin. Certainly do appreciate it. Also to Chadarak and Hohomani. And yeah, hope everybody enjoyed the cast. We've got an hour until our next cast, which is going to be a Division D West setup. It's going to be between Psystorm and Cool Cats and Kittens. So that'll be coming at you at about midnight Eastern time, hopefully. I'll be awake.
Won't be.
And Rek won't be. Rek won't be joining me, but Commissioner Lulu, part of the events committee, and of course, co-caster extraordinaire, will be joining me for that. Before we take off, Rek, anything you'd like to say out there to Twitch chat?
Thanks for coming out, all you pretty Dianes out there. You can follow me on Twitch if you feel like it. RECYCHIC, Recyclic, if you want. You don't have to. Hit me up on the Discord if you want. Let's talk healers. I'm always down. And yeah, I'll see you guys out there.
All right, and with that, we're gonna go ahead and end the stream before my dog does anything more that might get me banned on Twitch chat.
Oh god! Oh, I see that. Oh my goodness! Whoa!
Have a wonderful evening, everybody, and we'll see you back here soon. Gonna check out who we can raid over to. Probably some other NGS stuff going on right now. So have a good night.